and become present. All right, friends. So the first thing we're going to do is read through all of our words. Like I said, if you're Mrs. Aiko's friend, you don't have to be on quite yet. You can still be doing math. I'll tell you when we're going to start grammar. So our words this week are actual, trial, audio, cruel, visual, dial, influence, realize, theater, diet, create, patriot, museum, riot, patriotic, casual, genuine, auditory, ruin, and area. So we have some shorter words like ruin and area and riot. We have lots of 4-letter words, but then we also have some longer ones like patriotic and genuine. All of these words are regular nouns. None of them are not proper nouns. None of them should have capital letters. I repeat, no capital letters. And then our challenge words are theatrical, pioneer, which we're going to be saying the word pioneer like 500 times tomorrow when we read our story for reading, annual, and influential. So those are our 24 words. You do have spelling homework this week. Your spelling homework is not due until Thursday morning. So I'm going to share the spelling homework real quick. And it is the same as last week. No, the week before last. By the way, this is a grammar and a spelling week because it's our final week of the module. So your homework is please type each word, including the challenge words below. Make all vowels one color, make all consonants the other color. So just like what we've done in the past, you're going to type each word one time, all vowels one color, all consonants the other. And of course, practice your words on Spelling City if you want. And that is due by Thursday at 8 a.m. Are there any questions on the spelling homework or the spelling words? Pretty straightforward. Nothing crazy in my opinion. If we do not have any questions there, I'm going to skip on over to our grammar. Friends, Mrs. Aiko's friends, I need you to join. Any questions on spelling? Going once, going twice? If not, we're going to move on to grammar. Our grammar topic is another good one. Not too challenging one this week. Nothing that's going to make our brains hurt. We are talking about verb tenses. Now, like Mrs. Kneifel, what does that mean? We're talking past, present, or future with verbs. So the first part we're going to talk about is past and present. So a verb in present tense tells something that is happening now. The present is what we are in. So if I said right now I'm talking, guess what? That's present. The verb past tense tells you what already happened. So past tense verbs often end with ed. So like Mrs. Kneifel talked earlier, that would be talked. Of course, there are irregular verbs, which we'll talk more about later. But here's an example. We vote for a president today. We voted for a president today. Here's present, here is past, okay? So we're going to read a few of these, and then you're going to tell me, remember, a verb is something that you do, whether you walked, talked, ran, called, barked, I don't know. Verbs are something that you do. I'm going to read a few, and then you're going to tell me whether it's past or present by typing in the chat. So right now, our only options are past or present. We have not talked about future yet. So math was supposed to be, I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Isaac. I sent everyone an email this morning that said exactly what the schedule was. And the schedule said math 1:15 to 1:50. You were looking at the regular schedule, like always, and it is not a regular day. We had a 2-hour delay today, Isaac. So you must have missed math. You're going to have to watch the recording. I sent every single virtual student a copy of the live schedule today. So let's do number 3. We planned a picnic for the 4th of July. We'll just raise hands. If you'd like to answer what the verb is and whether it's past, present, or future, let me know. Rochelle, you're going to have to be loud, ma'am.
Land.
Yep, and is that past, present, or present?
Past.
Past, correct. So we have Malik likes the fireworks on Independence Day. What does he do? He likes something, and likes would be present. Tonya called, whatever that name is, yesterday afternoon. Called would be our verb. You can call someone, and it is past tense because it ends in ed. Planned ends in ed. Tanya, yeah, I was talking about Sonia, but that's the names are besides the point. They march in the town parade every year. What do? They march, and that would be present tense. Don surprised me with our new flow. Surprised is something that happened, and it is past tense. Already happened. All right. And then let's move on. So we already talked about past. We already talked about present. These are things that, for the most of you guys, are good at verb tenses. This is another one, just like last week, I felt like you guys were already pretty good at. This is another one I feel like we're already pretty good at. So a verb in future tense tells us what will happen in the future. Verbs in future tense use the helping verb will. So this is a helping verb. So we will visit the Statue of Liberty next month, meaning we haven't yet, but we will. We'll visit. All right. So I'm going to read a few. We're going to talk about them. So Dixie finished her homework already, but I will finish mine tonight. So finished is one verb, and that is past tense. Will finish is future tense, and that is another verb. Jack will study, future tense, the Bill of Rights with me. So we will pass our test. Will pass is another future tense. I remembered the first 5 amendments. Remembered is something that you do. It ends in ed, so that is this on the other 5. Will focus. That is something I will do. Future. News reporters often talk about the freedom of speech and how they will protect it. Talk. That is present tense. That's something that we're doing right now. They will protect is future. We will work together and will investigate problems. Will work, future, and will investigate, also future. Rochelle, do you have a question? No? Okay. I thought I saw your hand raised. So, consistent use of tenses. Verb tenses help readers to understand when events happened. Use the same tense for all of the sentences in a paragraph. Change tenses only to show change in time. So, like Mrs. Kneifel, what does this have to do with anything? Verb tenses just show us what happened. If I'm talking about what happened last night, like I ate pizza, I drove, of course I'm only using irregular ones, but anyways, if I'm talking everything that happened last night, everything I should be saying is past tense. If I'm talking about what I'm doing tomorrow, everything will be future tense, okay? But here is one that's tense shifting. We will fish there, period. I enjoyed swimming in the lake with my friends. So I'm talking about fishing in the future, but then I'm also talking about how I already enjoyed swimming once. So these ones are consistent. They both are in the future. Will visit, will close, and these ones are tense shifting, meaning we're going from one to the other. And that's fine as long as you're showing a difference in time. Okay, I'm going to switch and show you our homework page. And we're going to go over a few together. Do a few on each page together. If you would like to split your screen so you can see my screen and have your screen open, it is posted on Homeroom right now, so you're free to get on that. The first page is past and present, not future, just past and present. Ooh, let's make it a little bit bigger. So once again, the tense of a verb shows the time or action of an event. So it's telling me when it's happening. Verbs in present tense show the event is happening now. What are you doing? Okay, you don't need scissors out. Or that it is happening regularly. Verbs in past tense show it has already happened. To form past tense, you can add D or ED. So here's an example. Today, most Americans live in or near cities. Past tense. Most Americans, colonists, lived, we added D, on farms. So here, read the sentence below. Highlight all past tense verbs yellow, underline all present tense. So Pedro showed how the New England colonists lived. So tell me, do I need to highlight or underline in this sentence? Olive. Highlight. Tell me which words I'm highlighting. There's two, FYI. Yep. Yep. Perfect. Oh no, where's my thing? No. Sorry. My thing is too big. So you shared is something you can do, and lived is something you can do. And those are both past tense. They both end in D. They already had E on the end, so we didn't have to add ED. We just had to add D. Next. Actually, I'm going to leave you to do those last four yourself. So, woo. Someone have a question? Someone raising their hand? Michaela Freeze, what's your question? Yeah, then I changed my mind. Sorry. Haha. Trying to trick you. Keep you on your toes. All right. There's always 5 pages of grammar. All right, next, we're talking about the future tense. So you're going to read the sentence below, write their future tense verb in parentheses. Write both the full future tense and with the contractions. You're like, oh my gosh, Mrs. Kneifel. So, contractions. We know what a contraction is, like will, W-E''L-L, or you'll, Y-O-U''L-L. It's when you add that apostrophe. So let's do a few of these together. She takes a field trip with her class. So, to make it future, what do we need to add? What word do we add to make something future tense? Michaela?
She will take
yes, so it'll be will takes. And we can change she will to she'll. Okay? Does everyone see how I made that? Throw some dots in there. Okay? So it'll be she'll take a field trip with her class. Okay, will take, or it can be she'll take, okay? So it'll be she will take or she'll take. So let's do another one of those. They visit the site of the famous battle. So what do I have to add? Someone besides Michaela. They blank visit. What do I have to add there, Evan? Nope, I don't want the contraction yet. I just want to make it a future tense. Nope, that would be past tense. What word do I have to add to make it future tense? Will. They will visit, and you can change that to they'll visit. See? Does everyone see how there's 2 parts to that? You have to do both parts. There's only 3 left there. Next one. This is the consistent terms are not consistent. Dun, da, da, da. So, verb tenses help readers understand when different events in the story happen. To clearly show when events take place, choose the best tense for the situation. Change the tense only when you want to show a change in time. So yesterday, we started to research our history project. Today, we make a poster for the presentation. We will complete the project next week. So this was yesterday, past tense. This is present tense today, and this is future tense next week. So read the sentences and think about the relationship between events. Highlight the verb that is in the wrong tense, then write the correct verb on the line. So I'm going to read it to you, and something is wrong here, okay? So last weekend, Max finds an old diary in the attic and showed it to his mother. What word is not correct in that sentence? There's one that is wrong. This one's even super helpful because it's already underlined in blue for us. Lynn. It is not finds. This should be past tense. So instead of finds, it should be what? Anyone know? This is actually it's not finded. That's not, it's an irregular one, Olive. It should be found, correct? That one's an irregular one. And we know it's past tense because showed back here was past tense. So these ones need to be the same. The diary was dusty, and they will wonder how old it was. What is our incorrect verb right now? The diary was dusty, and they will wonder how old it was. Zach, what's wrong?
Will wonder.
Yes, will wonder. We're talking, Pat. The diary was dusty, and they will wonder. We're already wondering. So, and they wondered how old it was. All right. That is only 3 left for you to do, okay? This page is just a little, well, there's actually 2 parts to this page, but we'll talk about the first one. So here's a little review. Marissa, you got to move faster, girlfriend, because you're missing a lot of class. So read the sentence below. Write the correct tense of the blank in parentheses on the line of the, what is that supposed to say? Oh, it's supposed to say verb. Oops. Of the verb in parentheses on the line. The author used Pluto as the setting of his book. Instead of use, it should be what? Someone I haven't heard from. The author used Pluto as the setting of his book. What's it? Should it be the author use? I'm letting you know it's not use. Marissa. The author used Pluto as the setting of his book. Used. Correct. The author used Pluto as the setting of his book. Same there. You're just going to read them and you're going to fix it because they're all wrong. I want you to fix them. Okay. This last part for this page, the paragraph contains 4 errors. I'm letting you know 4 errors. You're going to underline each error. Then on the line, you're going to fix it. So the famous science fiction author signed copies of her book later today. Wait, see, these are so hard to read when they're messed up. The famous science fiction author signed copies of her book later today at 4 p.m. Can I have signed past tense if it hasn't even happened yet? No. She will sign them. So it should be the famous science fiction author will sign copies of her book later today at 4 p.m. So there is 1 down. Now you have the rest to finish, which is only 3. And look, they're so nice, and they already have underlined for some of them. And the last page is connect to writing. As always, all you have to do is read the paragraph and highlight the changes needed. It literally says highlight, so make sure you're highlighting it. I don't know what you guys are always doing. Some crazy things. Oh, wait, this one actually just says choose the best answer. I lied. Anyways, I want you to highlight it. So by Thursday, you have to finish your spelling homework, that 1 page of the verbs, 1 color, consonants, the other color, and you have 5 pages of grammar. Like I said, this grammar is something we've been learning, and for the most part, we're pretty good at it. If you have any questions, of course, you can ask me along the way. But this is due by both spelling and grammar are due by 8 a.m. on Thursday morning, the 4th. Are there any questions currently? Going once, going twice. Questions? If you do not have a question, you are free to go. You have spelling homework. You have reading homework. You have grammar homework. You have math homework. You got lots of stuff to do. So everyone be productive. I will see you guys tomorrow. If you are virtual, this will be posted, of course, the recording. So long. Friends in class.